oldest neighborhoods in Vancouver. It's the most diverse, multicultural, has all these colors and flavors. It's a microcosm of what Vancouver is. It needs to be preserved. What's happening right now is we're losing this. We can't afford to lose this because it's an older neighborhood. We have a lot of older spot homes. A lot of these homes were built when there weren't all these strict regulations. That means many generations can live under one roof because this is a working class neighborhood. I don't get it when the city comes across and says, here's what's good for you guys. We're going to rezone this whole place, upzone it. What happens to the old housing stock? It gets demolished. What happens to people, the families that are living in these homes? They lose it. They get displaced. We need to keep the businesses alive here. We need to thrive. Their workers need to live in affordable homes. It's about affordable living. Vancouver Greens will make sure that we listen. We talk about engagement, but the Greens actually have it in their policy. Participatory democracy. I'm so proud to be in the Greens. And I got my colleagues, Pete Fryer, their medical council, Dave Merritt, Park Board, Camille Demont. My colleagues are second to none. And we run because we love our city. We don't get anything out of it that comes from our heart. I ran with the Greens and I'm proud to be here to serve the community here. I was here last week too, by the way. I don't remember that. Vancouver Hastings. This is my hood, and I'll be here protected. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now move on to Brandon Yan.
Thank you all for being here. I'm a newbie to politics, and I'm running because as a young person, as a person of color, as a queer person, and as someone who's had experience in the nonprofit world advocating for and collaborating with senior government for positive policy change for our youth in schools across BC, I thought it now an opportune time to step up and use those skills on city council. And in many ways, I kind of joke about this, but it's kind of a last-ditch effort to stay in the city. As a young person, I see day in and day out my friends move to Toronto. Not that the rent's better there, but the job market's better. I see friends move to Poco or to Westminster, which is now, quote-unquote, the Brooklyn of Vancouver. And I'm running with OneCity along with Christine Boyle for City Council, and we have three great school board trustee candidates as well. Carrie Bursick, who's currently on Vancouver School Board, who's fantastic. She's currently trying to tell parents that there is lead in their water, but the board voted against that motion and notifying people, so it's in the media. Jennifer Reddy and Erica Jav. And I believe that OneCity's values are the things that informed our policies and our platforms around reconciliation, climate change, affordability, and those are the things I think that will move Vancouver into a kinder, more just city. And for me, what we need on October 20th is a mixed slate of progressive candidates to ensure that this city does work for everyone and not just a few folks. And I say that somewhat out of desperation, and also as someone who generally just wants to create a city that works for everyone. And so for what I've been hearing about Hastings Sunrise, yes, there's the ADNEC, the overpass, and there are problems with small business as well, not just in this neighborhood, but across the city. I live on the west side of Atlanta on 4th Avenue. There's lots of shops that are sitting empty, and they've been sitting empty for a long time. And so what I want to know from you folks, because I won't profess to know what your neighborhood is like or what it's like to live here, because I don't live here. But it's my job to take in the feedback I hear tonight and hopefully represent you on council as well. And what I hope, though, is that we are gearing towards a connected community. And so what I know about this neighborhood is that you are facing challenges because of the huge arterials that kind of divide your neighborhood, your community. And so how do we connect each part of your communities to each other in a way that's safe for our young people to walk to school, safe for people to cycle to where they need to get to, and also for folks who do need to drive. And so how do we ensure that that happens? And I also looked at on the website around the vision of this community, and do you know when the last time it was updated? It was 2002. I was 15. I think it's time to revisit that plan and revisit that vision and to see what Hastings Sunrise can be in the future. So, thank you.
Gwen Giesbrecht.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and thanks to Hastings Community Centre for hosting this event. It's a privilege to be here. all the acknowledgements that have been made this evening in regard to whose territory we're actually on, I concur with all of them, and I won't go through the list again. But what I would like to say is that as well as acknowledgements, there's much work that could be done through the Board of Parks and Recreation to ensure that within the public realm, through Indigenous-focused consultation toward reconciliation, that we have embedded in every public space awareness and respect for the first keepers of the land that we are on. My name is Gwen Giesbrecht. John Irwin and I are the co-park board candidates, joining Jean Swanson, Derek O'Keefe, and Ann Roberts running for council, Barb Parrott and Diana Day running for school board. We are 7 candidates who are working hard to keep up with our catch slogan, which is the city we need. The city we need demands attention to the housing crisis. A 4-year rent freeze and a mansion tax to support affordable housing will go a long way to stopping the city exodus. We must also ensure that as our city grows in size and density, the role of Park Board in providing services, green spaces, relevant programs that people can afford, and building resilient communities needs to remain strong. We have a remarkable thing here in Vancouver. We're meeting in one this evening, and that's community centers. They promote fitness and physical well-being. They also promote social, emotional well-being. They connect folks from diverse backgrounds, and they build resilient communities. There has been a lag in the acknowledged need for facility renewal. This needs to be made a priority. One of the important issues here in Hastings Sunrise, this facility was first tagged for renewal in 2011. So we need to get on board with keeping up with what we need in our facilities, particularly here in Hastings Sunrise. Swimming pools are in the news. They should be in the news. And I believe what we should be talking about is neighborhood pools, where kids learn to swim, adults can have exercise, and that they be located to be easily reached by a walk,
Thank you very
bike
much.
ride, or a short transit ride. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry, I'll just speak up. The next candidate we have is Shamin Shivji. Thank you.
Hi. So, as Joyce mentioned, my name is Shamin Shivji, and I am running with Vision Vancouver as a park board candidate. I want to first of all thank the Hastings Community Association for hosting tonight's event. I want to thank you all for being here. I also want to acknowledge that we are on the unceded territory of the Coast Salish peoples. A little bit about myself. I am a lawyer and a mediator and an owner of a small business. I have served on different nonprofit boards, and the most recent service for the past 7 years was as a director of the West Point Grey Community Association, which operates the West Point Grey Community Centre jointly with the Park Board. And over the past 2.5 years, I was the president. In working with the Park Board, I was able to see that the presence of a Hastings.
Yeah,
Just
with
wait.
an extra minute.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry for the interruption.
So yes, so what I realized is that it was important that there be somebody on the park board that had some experience with the community center network. We have 24 community centers across the city. Each center serves between 2,500, at least 2,500 people. The registrants over 4 seasons can be 10,000 or more. So if you multiply that by 24 community centers, that's a lot of people that are served by community centers. You're looking at over 100,000 people. In my particular platform, I do believe that community engagement is absolutely crucial. As one of the presidents of the community centers, I found that to be very positive when the park board engaged with the community centers. The document, the joint operating agreement, that was the outcome was so much more richer when the community associations were engaged. So I really do believe that it's a win-win when the community is engaged by the park board, and I commit to making that a priority. The second,
Have you 20 seconds? Thank you. 20 seconds remaining.
okay, so I think that in this particular neighborhood, in terms of the issues, you're looking at approximately 10,000 people increasing over the next 10 years, and I think that is going to result in a lot of pressure on this community center and community assets, and I think that equity would be very important. Removal of financial barriers is very important. Affordability of amenities is very important. And those are areas